If you're thinking that this looks a lot like the spot I blogged from last time, or a time or two ago, well, it's because it is the same spot I blogged from last time or a time or two. It's a nice, quiet little spot here in the Seattle airport that we can plug in our phones and charge up and whatnot. And I'm here again, yes, after a night of about 45 minutes sleep. Yes, not bad, 45 minutes. Then flying back to Alaska. Had a good weekend. Did a show in Tampa, University of Tampa, which was awesome. If anybody from that is watching this, give me a shout out because it was a lot of fun. And the Republican National Convention was going on in Tampa, so I did everything I could to avoid the madhouse of security and traffic and whatnot. I only got hassled one time. That's when I was trying to get onto the campus. This guy came out and authoritatively asked me all sorts of questions that I answered as succinctly as possible. And it's kind of funny. There's a little spot on there. It's kind of funny because he didn't verify any of the stuff I told him. I told him I was a performer. Told him I was supposed to be there, and he said, "You know where you're supposed to go?" I said, "Yeah, same place as last year." But I didn't know the name of the room we were performing in. I didn't have a contract with me. He didn't search my cases. It was just, I don't know, just on your word, I guess. So, very safe right there. Not that I think they should be more invasive. I'm just saying I don't think that the vast majority of the safety measures they go to are really all that effective, and probably just a waste of time and money and inconvenience so that we can feel safe. It's the most important part. We feel safe. We don't have to actually be safe, just feel safe. Well, if you want to feel safer, here's a tip. Turn off your TV, because when you watch TV and you watch the news, you see all these terrible things going on all around the world, and it feels like it's happening right outside of your front porch, and you don't want to go outside because, oh, this happened here and this happened there, and just the world is so small now because of news cameras and videos just like this. So I think they play on our fear. The news isn't news. The news is reality television. It's a show. They're here to scare you. Count the number of positive messages versus negative messages. If you can find one good story about something good or somebody doing something good in an entire hour of news, that's almost rare, which is sad. We should focus more on the good. Whenever we ask people, hey, do you think people are mostly good or mostly bad? So often I hear people say, oh, people are bad. That's not true. That is not true at all. Most people, almost everyone, is just going about their life, same as you and I, trying to do the right thing, they're not out to screw anybody, they're not trying to rob anybody, they're not bad people. Everybody's a little bit selfish to some degree, but they're not bad people. They're not just, yeah. We got off a cruise ship in Colombia one time and took the cab or bus or whatever we were in to the airport. And it was a 30-minute drive or whatnot. I didn't see a single police officer. I didn't see a single army person or military person. I didn't see any sort of law enforcement whatsoever. And there wasn't anarchy in the streets. People weren't burning places down, looting. There wasn't shootings going on. No one. I didn't see anyone get stabbed. I didn't see anyone get robbed. It's just, and we think, oh, Colombia is so. You think cocaine. You think drug lords. You think no. It's just a normal place like everywhere else. It's a very modern, beautiful city with lots of people just like everywhere else who are just doing what they're supposed to be doing, not doing anything wrong. Where am I going with this? I have no idea. It's sort of random. Anyways, so tonight I will be staying in Juneau, Alaska, if we get there from our next flight. And then after that, we will fly up to Skagway in the morning, join a cruise ship, jump aboard. On a more somber note, Butterfly Man, Robert Nelson, one of the greatest street performers possibly ever to have lived, and one of the pioneers of comedy juggling, and a great inspiration to Jonathan and I and us over here at Rootberry, has passed away, which is very sad. I wouldn't say he was someone who I was very, very close with, but he was certainly a friend. And his I just think about things like that when we lose someone. And every time I ever hung out with Robert, I heard 25 brand new stories that I'd never heard before that were just amazing or crazy or funny or just whatnot. And to think that those are just gone. I mean, some of them have been recorded, and a lot of his friends are uploading things now about Robert and the stories that he would tell, and some of the experiences, some of their fondest memories. And for me, my favorite Robert Nelson story was watching him and Mark Fay do a MC spot at Renegade. I don't remember which IJ it was. It was 2000 or 2001. I think it was 2000 or 2001. And during that, they were throwing knives around each other, which Mark Fay throws knives, so it kind of made sense. But then Butterfly Man switched off with him, and seeing Mark Fay cower and tear as Butterfly Man was throwing knives and axes and whatnot around him was definitely a amazing, inspirational moment. I actually learned to knife throw after that. That was it for me. I couldn't stand not knowing how to knife throw after seeing that. And then another great one was another Renegade MC moment. Butterfly Man was MCing, and Steve Brown was on stage, and Steve decided to shoot Butterfly Man in the leg with a blowgun dart. And this wasn't some sort of gaff or what. This was legitimate. He shot him in Butterfly Man eyes shot up, and you could see the dart sticking out of his leg. It was kind of horrible and at the same time very funny. The audience went crazy, and Robert Nelson freaked out, and I talked to him afterwards. He said it didn't really hurt all that bad. He wasn't that upset about it, but of course he milked it to, and yeah, it hurt. You got stabbed in the leg with a blowgun dart. That's pretty gnarly. So those are two of my favorite Butterfly Man stories. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Hope you're all doing very well. Hope you're enjoying the blogs, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.